And welcome back, guys. So in the last video, we spoke all about what exactly a vector database is. And in this video, we're going to talk about how GPT Researcher supports vector database, when it's going to put stuff into it, and what it will put into it, and all that other good stuff. So, and also what powers it under the hood. So first of all, if you go into the demo app that I'm going to send in the in the link below, you'll see that if you go into here, your preferences, you can see the report source is either the internet or my documents or a hybrid of both of them. So if I say click on my documents, I can actually upload here some sort of PDF over there. And what will happen with that PDF under the hood is it's going to be using something called Langchain's document loaders abstraction. And the beauty of Langchain is it pretty much abstracts all of that away for you. So this whole part of taking these web search results and putting them into a vector database, that's abstracted with Langchain document loaders, or taking local documents and converting it into embeddings, which is coordinates on a map, and kind of putting it in a map based off of what the words mean and what the little chunks mean. Again, that's powered by Langchain document loaders. And in terms of the vector store, that is also something that is actually a Langchain feature. So if you go into the Langchain documentation into the vector stores, you'll see that you have all sorts of vector stores that are supported under the hood. You can use all sorts of different providers, different vendors. And again, this is pretty much what it's doing under the hood. It takes some source data, puts it into a vector database. We use some sort of embedding model. By the way, that's also configurable with GPT Researcher. You can choose an open source embedding model if you'd like, or any choice of embedding model that's out there. OpenAI is used by default, and it will get stored into a vector database. So why is it interesting? Because for example, if you have a custom database, let's say you want to create a custom app for analyzing legal data or analyzing your custom company data. So you may not want to use the out-of-the-box features here of just uploading documents, right, straight via the web interface. You may want to create a separate process to stuff everything into a vector database. Why is it interesting? Because the vector store of Langchain is something that you can pass into GPT Researcher when you run a report. So let me give you an example here in the documentation. Again, you're going to go into custom context vector stores, and you'll see some examples here where we're, again, using the Langchain abstractions of documents. And in this case, we're using the FISS vector store. It'll take some sort of text. It's going to parse it, and it's going to embed it and put it into a vector store. Now have a look at this line over here. Report source equals a Langchain vector store. What that means is I can pre-process all of my custom data into a custom vector database. I don't need GPT Researcher to create that vector database on the fly based off of web search and my local documents. I can, if I've got a ton of data that I want to stuff into a vector database, I may want to create a separate process for it, and that can also be you can do a research on Langchain supported vector stores, vector databases, okay? And it'll show you all the different options of Langchain databases, and they've got a bunch of vendors. Oh, here we go. Okay, FISS, Elasticsearch. So I can choose NPG Vector for Postgres if you feel comfortable with SQL or Redis. So you can choose really any one of these, and over here it'll show you the functions of the Langchain vector store helper function and everything that's supported per each one of these vendors. So for example, PG Vector has got these 5 and so on and so forth. And the beauty of that is then when you've got your vector database that's already pre-processed, it's got a bunch of data into it, then you can simply run a report off of that vector database. And so again, GPT Researcher will conduct the same flow of parsing your research question into sub-questions, but instead of searching the web or your local documents that you've uploaded, whether that be PDF or CSV, it'll go straight to your vector database, search for relevant context based off of your research, and then run the research and go ahead and generate the report for you. All right, guys. So if there's any questions, feel free to reach out. Definitely go ahead and study up on vector stores and document loaders if you want to get into it a little bit deeper. But these are actually Langchain abstractions that GPT Researcher is leveraging under the hood for getting your custom context, searching your custom vector database, and generating a report. All right, guys, if you have questions, you can also always feel free to join us in the Discord, and that link will be in the description. I'll see you in the next one.